Hello everyone and welcome back to another crypto review video. Thank you all for the great comments over the past 2 days, and thank you especially yesterday. We did triple in size and subscriber count, so please make sure to leave comments down below what I should actually talk about in the future in terms of cryptocurrency reviews. Thanks to this comment on screen, I will touch on Cardano or ADA sometime soon. A big announcement with that, and of course I want to talk about today though, the focus is of course the ripping, the Red Sea, the death of all cryptocurrencies, the rumors out there that led to the market crash last night. If you guys were lucky enough to stay up late enough to see all the red numbers last night, it was nothing compared to this morning. I went to bed with a pretty big panic in my mind and woke up very relieved to see the market has actually bounced back quite nicely and quite healthily. So for those of you who actually jumped in it last night and could have made a very significant amount of money, congratulations. I'm going to talk about why this did happen, and of course what I'm going to be bullish and bearish about in the future of these cryptocurrencies, and of course overview some of the big changes over the past 24 hours. So first off, I do want to show us a screenshot of January 7th. This is iconic in history for the cryptocurrencies, as we did reach all-time highs for most cryptos out there. Bitcoin breaking 17,000, Ripple breaking the $3 mark. It went up to about 350 before it saw a brief pullback. Ethereum began its bull run over it, broke the 1K mark, going towards that 1500 before it did of course level off around I believe 1200 today. We also saw Cardano break $1. That's also come back. Litecoin breaking 300 for the first time in about 2 to 3 weeks. We also saw other big movers out there, and some big hype coins and things like TRON, and of course we saw NEO, the Chinese Bitcoin, also break out as well. The one thing I want to point out, as I do show you guys a new screenshot as well, and that is of today, the only 3 coins out there that have actually grown ever since our all-time highs are of course Ethereum going on that big bull run. We also saw on top of that NEO, the Chinese Bitcoin, kind of get hyped up as well, and the one you cannot see here, the only other third coin on the top 20 list to actually grow ever since all-time highs was ICX, otherwise known as Icon. So if you guys want to use that going forward as maybe some investment advice, I'm not going to recommend you guys invest in any specific coin. I'm too worried about that. I don't want to lose you guys money, but I do think the future of Icon is, it looks pretty good, pretty bullish, and of course I would never recommend investing at all-time highs, which Icon, Ethereum, and of course NEO are nearing at all times right now. So I wouldn't recommend it, but going forward, just keep that in mind, guys. Ever since all-time highs of the top 20 market cap coins out there, we've only had 3 or 4 that have actually gone past that and increased in price, which maybe shows you which projects actually have the most potential. Now, bouncing off that as well, I do want to talk about what of course happened last night. If you guys did not hear, we had a huge fake news story all around the world released on several websites, the first one being Reuters.com. They talked about South Korea banning cryptocurrencies. Now, the thing about this is, in this genre of fake news, this genre of misleading titles, it's very sad to see big websites take this on, but several websites at one point in time had titles saying that South Korea and even Korean countries, of course South and North, were going to ban cryptocurrencies in general, and those titles have ever since been changed as the articles were actually proven to be false, which did cause an insane panic. I mean, my cryptocurrency Discord was flooded. The one that I'm actually in, was flooded with a bunch of spam, people panicking, the market dropping for most coins 20 to 30%. My portfolio actually went down 35% last night. I held out. Unfortunately enough, I couldn't buy back in because all my money was tied up into altcoins, and I'm sure a lot of you guys were in the same boat. I didn't want to put more money in because I was panicked as well, but I didn't want to sell off because, well, I'm not a rookie at this. So hopefully you guys held on to your coins. They did bounce back this morning. My portfolio is still up from when I first started investing into cryptocurrencies, and that's the main thing I want to focus on. If you guys got in at the right time, which could have been any time before December, which I was lucky enough to do, we're all still in the money, or at least most of us should be. Unless you bought at all-time highs when you shouldn't have, don't panic, hold out, and again, never use these news sources out there. You have to make sure to confirm these things and wait it out. Don't be a panicker. Although people can make a lot of money swing trading, you don't want to be one of those people. It's very risky. But of course, we did see a huge dip in our market cap. Our all-time high market cap, again, on that January 7th date was 830 billion. We did drop last night at one point to 630 billion. So of course, when we see that market cap correlated with many prices out there, we're going to see a huge drop in coin prices when our market cap does drop as well, or vice versa. So of course, I want to go over many of the popular currencies out there you guys are holders of, and of course give you not necessarily my advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but give you guys maybe what I'm going to do in the future with my own portfolio. So for right now, I'm going to hold out on my portfolio. I'll show you guys that maybe sometime in the future. I am by no means a rich man. You guys can tell we have a low subscriber count, not many comments. I'm not really a supreme investor. I'm not willing to invest too much money. I'd much rather have my money safe right now, as I am a student and trying to pay off loans, so on and so forth. We did see a huge dip in Ripple though. Actually, Ripple did dip way below this earlier in the week as well. I'm sure you guys are aware of the Ripple-ing, or people are calling it. It did drop to $1.60 last night, has bounced back since significantly. We also saw Cardano. Cardano, one of those coins where people were really worried about. I am actually very bullish on Cardano myself. I have a small holding, full disclosure for all of you, and some big news coming sometime soon. Thanks to the comments down below. I will be making a video all about Cardano probably within the next few days here. I do want to do daily crypto videos, but Cardano is one of those ones, if you picked up last night at its low point of 50, I think it was actually dropping down to 50 cents or so at one point as well. I think it's currently pretty low right now. It's a very risky coin, as all coins are, but definitely one I'm looking forward to, and one I could have swung trade last night if I wanted to. But again, the future of Cardano, especially here in January, is coming sometime soon with our main net launch. Look out for that one. On top of that, IOTA also dropped tremendously down to $3.18 and has bounced back. A lot of these coins, again, like I said previously, if you got in at the right time, you could have made a lot of money last night. The thing is, though, in this volatile market, a lot of us panickers, we don't know if the market's going to keep on going down or continue to bounce back. I was very weary last night watching some crypto channels about Bitcoin dropping towards that $13,000 mark, and I was very reluctant to see Bitcoin actually bounce back. If it hadn't bounced back, we could be looking at totally different market pictures today. Also bouncing off that, though, as well, we saw TRON drop down to the 8 or 9 cents mark. It has also been lower than this in the past few days. If you would have bought back in, it's still kind of leveling off around 11 to 12 cents. So again, I'm also a holder in TRON. I told you guys previously, though, in videos, I'm not a believer in the TRON currency, but I am a kind of a swing trader for that, so looking to make my money back on TRON as a long-term hold. On top of that, Icon, a big one, I talked about this earlier, one that I'm also very bullish on. It seems to be one of the few coins out there that is still steadily growing, just based off its project, and of course, its future of this coin has been looking very bullish. It did, though, at one point drop down to $7.70. I think this was, though, because it was one of the few altcoins that had actually kind of retained its value over the past few days, and people were actually just selling this off and trying to get into Bitcoin, get into those main coins, and that's why I think we saw a huge drop in that. But it did not take long, guys. It did bounce back, and it is now over the $10 mark. So for those of you who hopped into Icon or ICX at around $7, congratulations. I think this is going to be a huge long-term hold. I will not sell mine for a long time. I want to have full transparency with all of you guys who watch this channel, and again, I'll show you my portfolio in a future video. I'm a long-term holder on most of my cryptocurrencies. I have no need to sell. I have no need to cash out this money right now. So of course, nothing really worries me too much in this. Now, as well as this, I'm not a huge believer in ride blocks, but for those of you who want to make a quick buck as well, this one was swung trade frequently last night, as it did drop to right around $23.50. Ride block, one of those ones where it's kind of a, you could say it's a pretty big split in the community right now. People who believe in ride blocks, people who don't believe in ride blocks. If you guys did jump in, though, this is one of the few times in the past month or so that it's actually dropped this low, and it has bounced back significantly ever since. Also, Xerox, a one that's frequently talked about. This one is another steady coin out there, right around the $2 mark. I know we're seeing a large string of decentralized coins break out of nowhere. I've talked about Wax Token. I've talked about other ones coming up on the come up right now, Electronium, and of course other ones being ones like Storm. Decentralized coins, for some reason, taking a big break around the $2 mark. So Xerox actually dropping down to $1.60 and has bounced back ever since. And of course, this all going off of South Korea's plans to apparently ban those cryptocurrency tradings. This is actually the original title on the article, and has ever since been changed. So it's kind of unfortunate to see this big panic. It's actually very worrying to see a big panic caused by one or two articles out there. But of course, that's the volatile market we're used to in cryptocurrency. And of course, that's also going to be a daily market cap update for all of you. For those of you who were actually curious what happened in South Korea, there was many things going on actually around cryptocurrency, but it was mainly just police raids of many high-profile six-figure accounts of their virtual currency accounts as well. So it was in no way related, I guess in some ways related to South Korea potentially in the future banning cryptocurrency, but it was mainly the South Korean government and the government and police force in their country trying to figure out who in their high profile accounts was actually trading virtual currencies and trying to evade their taxes. So, you know, a pretty profile thing, pretty standard thing. And again, it makes me worried that if a small country like South Korea can cause this kind of panic, you know, a small population of that size to cause this big of a market panic, what if a country like China did ban cryptocurrency? What if the US made huge movements? What if any country out there, there are many that are larger than South Korea, made a movement and decided to ban cryptocurrency? How would we react? Hopefully not in the same way. I think in a great way that, of course, we have the historical line that history repeats itself, but we also learn a great deal from that history. So hopefully in the future, if a country, you know, some weird country out there does ban virtual or cryptocurrencies, maybe we won't react in the same brutal, you know, the same bearish way we did this time. So hope you guys all enjoyed. As always, leave a comment down below. What should I talk about next? As always, thank you all for being here. I'm Crypto.